Hello, welcome to Monday Club and to the new crew. Say hello, Nick.
Hello.
Why does he do that? So
Dab. Because I'm young, you lot are all old. Bringing a bit of youth to the team.
Mark, you're back in the house this week. What are you saying, my bro?
Nice to be here and in the new crew. It's certainly different to last time. Younger feel to it. Still here, Sam.
This group doesn't smell a wee.
So, Amy, say hello.
Hello.
Amy's in the house. If you knew what she'd just been doing, basically she's just spent the last 2 hours doing her hair and makeup.
I literally got in about half an hour ago.
Have you straightened your hair before you've done this?
Yeah, of course. But last week when we recorded, I hadn't even washed it for days. That's why I was sitting in the dark.
Same as Sam.
Yeah, mate, I need a lot of help. Let's be fair. The only person who needs more help than me is Mark, because he needs to buy clothes that fit. But
it did fit before the lockdown. What can I say? I've been growing in all the wrong ways.
Same. Lockdown has done me right in. But listen, enough of this. Let's get to the hot topic this week, and that is Fat Sam's Grand Slam. I've just got a message from YouTube. Broke the internet. It's broke YouTube. It's broke all records on YouTube. It's literally the most popular video that's come out in the last, since YouTube's been about. So,
didn't we just have this conversation? Our videos went out at the same time, yeah?
Yeah, but what they're saying is it's been so popular and so well received that the analytics can't keep up with it.
Right.
You're welcome, Amy. So it is the debut, the premiere come out today. This is Monday Club, but it is a Tuesday, so I've exposed our little secret there. Mate, it come out today. It's me interviewing Amy riding around in an Isuzu D-Max XTR jacked up truck, ridiculous thing like myself.
Beast.
So that's my news for this week. I'm very pleased with myself. I'm really proud of it. Slightly worried that it's going to get absolutely smashed to bits, but I'm really proud of it.
You will. You'll always get the comments. You'll always get the haters, but it is what it is.
I get more than most, but I can't.
Give me 10 minutes and I'll put one straight on there. Just give me a chance.
Should we all just make a comment now? Yeah.
You're out of order. You're out of order, Mark. So what have you been up to? I know it's been a busy couple of weeks for you, actually.
Yeah, I've had a lot going on. So I had the old COVID test last week, so I had to take a couple of days out of work waiting on the result from that. So that was a bit different.
Must that swab up the nose?
Yeah, and it wasn't just that. I had to, obviously, quite a small team, so everyone else had to be off work as well. Kids out of school, everybody at home while we waited to get that result. It's a more common theme, I guess, as we go through this winter period. And then later on into the week, I had that 3-phase meter fire, so I shared that with you guys a little bit, and I have actually put a video out on YouTube, and I broke the internet. I've probably had about 15 views on it, so I'm really smashing it over on there. I've actually got it here. Look, this is the Thirsty PCB board. So I think it was transient overvoltage. There was no SPDs or anything installed, so I think it's toasted.
Stop. I'm really interested in this, but don't say transient overvoltage in my presence. Explain what that means, mate.
Yeah, well, I can't prove it because we didn't have any data loggers or anything in, but I think there was a supply issue from the network, so the voltage went high in basic SAM talk and fried the meter and caused a fire, essentially. And now the meter ended up shorted across all 3 phases and the neutral. It's gone with an almighty bang and took out the MCCB for the particular unit that it was wired to, and also the main switch, which affected another 5 units. So the selectivity there hasn't worked.
Why do you call it a transient over voltage or whatever you called it?
I don't know. That's just what it's called in the regs, isn't it? It's just
look at Nick.
Yeah, that's what they call it, mate.
Rather, yes. People that listened to college. I know what a transient overvoltage is.
No, you don't know shit.
Well, I do. But equally, Mark, what was the fire out by itself? Did it get put out by itself, or did someone put it out?
Yeah, it had gone out by itself. So the caretaker or whatever had turned up because the tenants had reported a loss of power, and he'd seen the cover blown on the floor. So it had blown the cover off the meter, and obviously the signs of scorching everywhere, and got the electricians out. So the issue was really the MCCB for that one unit should have just tripped, and not the main switch as well. So they weren't set up right in the first place for selectivity. Obviously, when you get a short circuit fault current, there's always a chance your selectivity is not going to work anyway. So if it was MCBs, you would see that regardless. So a lot of people don't realise that in a domestic setting. If you stick a B63, for example, and then run a submain off to a shed or a summer house, and you get a big fault current, it'll take both the breakers out.
Yeah.
So, what causes that sort of overcurrent?
Well, in general terms, it's a short circuit fault, isn't it? So this over voltage has caused a fire in the electronics, which has resulted in a short circuit in the meter.
Why would that happen? Like, is it something from like the grid side, or?
Yes, essentially. So the grid has had a voltage that's exceeded normal parameters and upset the electronics. I mean, it could be that there was a loss of neutral for a period of time, or one of the phases, or there could be...
That's a pen fault.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sign of that there in the installation. It could be something in a adjacent industrial park where there's been a big load switched on or off. All sorts of things can happen. It might have been where a transformer switched in the local network and it's just happened to cause a spike. It happens a lot, and that's why you have SPDs.
So have you slung an SPD in line?
I've priced for a lot of SPDs because this client's got units all over the country. There's loads of them. So obviously if it was a one-off, they would have gone ahead with it straight away, but they realised that this could be a bigger problem than perhaps they would like, and it would cost many thousands of pounds to put right. So that's in their hands now.
But it will be more cost effective to put SPDs in now rather than fix it every time.
Yeah, and I mean,
if it's gone once, it'll go again, won't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got an age stock of meters in a lot of the other sites as well. So there's an issue there. Whilst the SPDs are going in, they might as well upgrade the meters, and we have already got a contract to do quite a lot of that anyway. So I think they will go ahead with it. It's just one of those things. It's got to go through certain layers of management before someone will sign the bits of paper to let us do it.
That's interesting, man.
It's the difference between mine, like my fireboard the other day.
Yours is an interesting story.
Yeah, I've been desperate to hear about this. What happened?
Yeah. Well, first of all, let's just talk about Amy's story. So, Amy, how's the kitchen lights going? Oh, boring. Next. Right, so Nick.
How rude.
It is boring, to be fair.
Mate, all I've been doing is first fixing bloody student accommodation. So it's...
No, you haven't. You've been walking around your phone all day.
I was going to say, have you found any techniques that are avoiding work? Because that's all you do.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sweating because I've stood up. I need to go on the phone.
That was it. That was it. On your video, Nick, Sam looked like he was really busy, calling you up the stairs to ask you what you want him to be doing. But then when I listened to Monday Club, it sounds like Sam did next to nothing apart from chat on his phone and get sweaty.
Yeah.
That bit there, yeah, where he called me up when me and Amy were talking in the cupboard downstairs. Bundy, whatever he said, get upstairs. I went upstairs, and he's literally just stood going, pointing at the loft hatch because Adam's in the loft going, Adam said the loft's boarded. That's all he did.
And you have a look if the loft was boarded. Jesus.
Jesus. He didn't go up the ladder. He just went, Adam went, yeah, tell Nick the loft's boarded. Bundy! And that was it. Anyway, my
boarded. And it was a nightmare up there. And I was like, I don't want to get involved in this. I've got to be honest. I ain't trying to take up like tongue and groove chipboard in someone's loft to wire some lights. I'm like, that is a Nick job all day long. Palmed off.
Adam's job.
Yes. But let's go into depth into your really I want to talk more about Mark's one, but let's talk more about yours.
Brilliant. Yes, I got the phone call the other day. Customer said he's a really, really, really nice guy, and he just said, "Oh, my wife rang me the other day. There was smoke coming out the garage door, so he ran home." And this is the worst part, right? And I had to tell him, "I'm not put this on my video because he let me video. He was absolutely cool with everything. I did edit it out, but he actually opened the gap. He ripped the garage door off because he was a big man, and the board had caught fire. He was still on fire when he got home." And right below it was the hose pipe. So obviously the plastic fuse board had been dripping down the hose pipe, burning holes in it, right? So he then pulled the hose out, turned it on. While he was getting soaking wet, he put the fuse board out with a hose pipe. And I looked at him and was like, "You what?" And I said, "Did you know the main fuse had blown?" "No, I had no idea." I said, you could have instantly just died. Like, do you know that? And he was just there like, oh, could I? I was like, you've chucked water while you're wet onto electric fuse board. And he was just there like, oh, I didn't realise it was that serious. I was like, fucking hell. But yeah, looking at it, luckily the whole loft was in the garage. It was boarded. A tiny bit had gone up the cavity, and there was only three cables that went up there. But when I literally managed to snip back about 2 meters of every cable, get rid of all the smoke damage, reconnect and terminate it all, bring it all down new. But it was bad.
How did you connect it?
So literally, I brought it back in the loft space where it was all going to get boarded. Just did the massive Wago boxes, the connect box. So maintenance-free ones. Made sure I put the cable ties on it, otherwise it's not maintenance-free for some pointless reason. Then I had to take the ceiling down in the bathroom opposite, because where the board was, it fed through the cavity straight across to the ceiling of the downstairs toilet. So Adam got a square out. He just goes, oh, do you want me to pull the ceiling down? Pulled a spade out. I was like, it's fine, we'll cut a square. She was like, yeah, just make so much mess. I was like, no, we can do it neatly, it's fine. Because he's just going to build a little hatch. Because obviously I put 3 or 4 little Wago boxes in the ceiling to join all them through. It took hours and hours, and obviously filming it on top and all that sort of stuff. But then towards the end, when we're like, right, we can start doing our dead test now. I've got all my extended leads, because that was the weirdest thing was I couldn't live test it to start with to figure out what does what. And I just, like, normally you go around the house, turn all the lights on, put a few sockets testers in, go around, turn the breakers off one by one, what does what, vaguely. Couldn't do any of that. So we literally then had to go around with a massive R2 fly lead while I was touching the different neutrals, lives, or whatever, while Adam was running around sockets and lights and the boilers and everything like that. Figured it all out. It made sense anyway and went on the board, because luckily where it burnt, just below it was your ratings of your breakers. So your B6s, 32, 16, all that sort of stuff. But then what threw us completely, there was 2 6mm going into the board, but one of them had a clean cut on the bottom. And to figure out that it was an old shower that was never connected. But yeah, it was a long day. But then towards the end, we found out that there was already a fault. We had a broken ring, CPC in the kitchen. So after finishing the board, it then took us an hour and a half to find that. And then we got a really high reading on the R2 on another ring. So we ended up taking, I think, in total, like 36 socket fronts off. And then got home 13 and a half hours later. So yeah, it was a good one. Such a good experience. Not even for me, but for Adam. And it'd be a good video. That's up next Thursday or something like that, I think. So
Amy, I wired a few rooms. What did you do?
Well, I don't even want to tell you, it's boring. I've second fixed the kitchen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't we? Next to these two heroes.
I know. It's interesting though, isn't it?
It is interesting.
Yeah.
I do like it. I do like when. This is why Mark brings so much to the conversation, because he gets real technical. Nick goes, "Oh, what I did is I got some Wiggles and done this and that," but then Mark comes along and goes, "Now then, now BS7671 dictates that one must do this." I'm really good at this now, aren't I?
No.
I don't know why we turn up and speak to you, to be honest. You're so rude. So rude.
So rude.
Rude.
Do you know what? When Mark gets a bit older, he can say things like, who watched Coronation Street with that thread in it? And he'd be like, "Hey now, I say, hey now." That'll be him soon.
Is he that massive fat bald butcher?
Yeah.
Cheers, thanks.
Amy, so what's new this week, Jill? What's new this week? What have you been up to?
What's new?
Yeah, what's new? Best I thanks.
You changed the wheels yet?
I've not had time to make Baby Bell wheels yet.
Ludicrous.
I don't know if I'm going to do it, you know. People are saying it's unprofessional.
Well,
look at my van.
Your van's so nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You.
I'm back in the Ford Focus.
You got Ford Focus?
Yeah. Yeah, the XTR went back today. Sad.
Oh.
Yeah, I've done a video standing on the back, because why wouldn't you? Like, the first thing I thought I'd do if I got a pickup would be standing it. You know, because why wouldn't you? And it was the last thing I did. How sad.
How sad. What vans do you?
Huh?
What vans does Mark have?
Transporters.
Do you?
I got Citroen, Dispatch, and Transporters.
Which transporters are they?
T5s.
Yeah, I think I prefer T5. It's because people ask me today on Instagram, what would you rather have? Different vans. I love transporters. They're just so much money.
They are so much money. I'll tell you what, my friend, not really my friend, guy I work for. Yeah, friend. I don't really have friends because I'm an annoying prick. But no, he was an electrician I worked for years ago, and he had the VW Sportline. Like, it was the all singing, all dancing one.
Yeah,
and it was something like £36,000 new for a van.
I was through the Near Pit Drive did a thing where you could lease vans on short term, like 6-month arrangements. So we did it through them. They've stopped doing it now. But I got some wicked VW transporters off them through that. They had the DSG. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but the Autobox 205, I think, brake horsepower. Pretty nippy for a van. And I loved them. But yeah, they don't do that anymore. So there you go.
I've got a question, especially for Mark. Thing popped up on my Facebook earlier. NAPIT have brought out a little course for doing EICRs. Have you seen this, Mark?
I haven't, no, to be honest. Is this like an EAL course or a NAPIT?
I'm not sure, because people, when it was on the Electricians Facebook page, and people were getting absolutely ape shit thinking, by the looks of it, people were thinking it was for anyone. Not electricians, but anyone to take it. But I saw it as it's for electricians that want a little bit refresher to learn a bit more, maybe like a webinar and such, but to do, competent EICRs correctly and well, rather than a drive-by one. But yeah, I saw it on Facebook. I don't know if you'd seen anything about it. You found it, Sam?
I know the NIC do the same. They do a course of their own, which is sort of like a refresher for people who've maybe done testing inspection on their MVQs or 2391 like years ago, but not touched it for a while. So maybe it's somewhat similar to that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it here a second. I want to find it. It won't pop up now.
NAPIT, EICR, Bosch. Don't worry, I've got you.
Really?
It's going to happen. It's this landlord testing, isn't it? So they need a bigger crew of electricians who are out testing and inspecting.
Yeah, I know.
So the training providers are going to jump all over that. It was always going to happen.
I can't find it because, I'm done. Latest news. Certificate software, NAPIT Fast Test. Does anyone use that?
I use the desktop and the mobile software from NAPIT. It's pretty decent.
Assurance scheme for members. No, it's not on there. Nick's just made that right up. Fake news, Nick.
Whatever, I can't find it. Anyway. I just thought, even for me, if they said to me, I think it was like 65 quid or something, I'd be interested just to go on that, just to, even though I do EICRs all the time, in my eyes quite well, it wouldn't be interesting to see what the professionals would class different coding as compared to us.
By definition, you're professional EICR.
No, I know, but the governing bodies of what they think is correct. I mean, you go off code breakers, it's NAPIT own, but to have someone else advise you face to face rather than
there's always stuff you can learn. I think that's a healthy attitude, and it's something. Man, I've got some courses booked this year. I've got 4 courses booked.
Hopefully, it's Spin Clash, yeah.
How rude! For those of you listening on audio, Nick's pulling fat faces at me. It's very rude. It's very upsetting.
So's Amy. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Savage.
Do you know what? I got told off by Amy. She's like, "Oh, that was a great video. The one that broke the internet, but I got a double chin all the way through it." I was like,
"Yeah." I literally said to you, "You need to put the camera higher. The camera is below like this. Every time you read, you've got massive. Well, I've got a massive double chin."
Yeah.
Well,
I enjoyed the video, but it was an interesting closing statement from Sam that coffee makes him need to stop and have a poo every time he drinks it.
Very interesting.
I didn't think you were going to leave it on that one, to be honest.
Listen, leave it
twice.
Yeah, leave them wanting more. Amy got a picture from me on the toilet that morning.
I literally woke up. My alarm went off at the same time as a message. I opened it and it was him sitting on a toilet in a service station on his way to get me.
You got
And he
issues.
literally had a poo on the way, and then the whole time when we were coming to yours, Nick, he was just like,
Yeah.
I need a poo. I need a poo
I
so
know.
bad. He was getting so angry.
And then when he got there, he says, "Nick, where's the toilet?" I said, "There isn't one." And then he told us his story, how he had to. Have you said this to the public yet, Sam?
What is it? Go on.
The Aldi poo situation.
Oh yeah.
No, not Audi, Lidl.
Tell us
Lidl.
again, tell us
I don't know if
I
this
was
is
in-
terrible. Is it
I
terrible?
was in stitches. Listen to this.
I was gutted he couldn't find the photos.
Oh, yeah, fine.
Right, so this is what happened, and we're really going down a dark path here. Right, so during lockdown, I had a bit of a dicky tummy. Anyway, we went shopping at Lidl's, right? Now, I don't really go shopping at Lidl's. Well, I do now. I love it. Love the centre aisle. I love all the tat that you can buy in there. And they do really good rum, which I've been banned from drinking in the house because I've done 2 bottles last week. Anyway, so I'm in Lidl's, and you know, I start getting the sweats. I'm like, boy, what is that? And you know, there's different stages of needing it, right? And it was like DEFCON 5 straight, or DEFCON 1 straight away. Boom! I was like, babe, I've got a problem. She's like, what? Like, she's already half got the hump with me anyway. Harper's hanging off of her arm. She hasn't got a trolley because it was a height of COVID, and it was long getting a trolley. And we was only nipping in for a few bits. And I was like, I need one of your bags. And she's like, just use the toilet. I was like, how do you even know? She goes, I know you. Anyway, so I'm like, oh, I need one of them bags. She said, you're not taking one of my bags for life. I was like, it's that. I do it right here. And she was like, and I'm like, oh, I've got to go, baby. So I took it. She goes, that's a Marks and Spencer's one. So I had to swap it round for, like, I don't know, a Tesco one. Anyway, so I've gone out to the car. I've opened up the car, and I'm in the back of the RAV, like, and I'm like, this is not working. All of a sudden, you need it, but I know I'm not getting the right angle. You know, you've got to get the. You don't want any spillages. It's really gone down a dark path. People are going to have to. Anyway, so I had to get out, and luckily I was parked up against a wall, so I had to crouch down, holding on the front grille of the Toyota, and straight into the bag. Anyway, it was a dark moment in Sam's life. I instantly took a picture and sent it to Neil.
What did you do with it after? What did you do with the bag?
Well, I went to put it in the car because I thought I can't leave that there. No bueno. She's like, get that out. That is unacceptable in my car. This is a family car. No. So I had to take it out. And, yeah, it's not great. It's not great. It's not great. I don't know why you guys make me tell these stories.
We could change the subject. Let's play Would You Rather. That'll
No,
change
let's
it.
not do that.
Yeah. Let's play Would You Rather.
Oh, Amy, you don't know. Last time I played that, I did literally break the internet.
Yeah, naughty.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can't tell you.
I think I heard about it. Yeah.
See, everyone did. Like,
I did hear about it actually. It's just
yeah. So, you know,
it's about parents.
No, stop. Right,
Stop.
enough. Enough. I'm going to get booted off YouTube for this. Listen, for my poo story, we're going to get booted off. Anyway, so we've got to...
Can I give you one Would You Rather?
Go on.
Okay.
I don't know why I've opened myself up for this.
Would you rather, right, for the rest of your life, have the sensation of a pea stuck right up your nose, or an itchy bum hole?
What?
For the rest of your life, one sensation, what would you live with?
Itch your bumhole, because it's quite pleasing when you itch it. Let's be fair. We've all done it. Throw your fingers afterwards. We know we've done it. Right,
Oh, come on.
Nick? Pea nostril?
Pea nostril, yeah.
Penis.
Since that's mine.
Yeah, I'm with Nick. I'd take the pee up the nostril
Yeah.
rather than the
Most
itch up the bum.
normal people would.
Well done, Amy. In 1 week, you've cancelled the show. Nice one.
Sorry.
Ridiculous behaviour. Right, let's have a look at some electrical news this week. What is out there? What are we talking about? What's going on? I've not been on social media. I haven't really seen any hot topics. I've been too busy making, well, what some could say the greatest electrical program series type thing of all time. Getting crowned the daddy of interviews and just stuff like that.
Some of the real YouTube stars have had stuff on about a Saturday kitchen rewire. Don't know who that guy was, but he's got a young man with Adam grafting away with him. That was an entertaining one.
Halloween. Thank you, mate. Yeah, it was a good one. I enjoyed that. It was it was for my friend's, you know, the guy that I do all the van stuff in his unit sort of thing. It was his house, and he said, "Oh, we have a new kitchen." So I turned up, and the fuse board was all wooden back, VIR cable, half the house, no light, earth and lighting. I was like, "Mate," I said, "We'll do it in stages." So we did the kitchen, and then we ended up running new feeds in the future for everything, just in case. But yeah, we started off thinking, "Oh, we'll be done at 1," and then it come to 1. It's, "Oh, we're done at 3." Then 3 came, and all of a sudden it was 8 o'clock. It was brilliant. And we kept getting knocking on the door because we're there with all the lights on, and there's a kids keep knocking on the door, "Trick or treat," and I looked at him like, It's not my house, Adam. They kept coming. In the end, it was just like, just ignore them. Just put the radio on.
Hold on a minute, though. Why was they trick or treating during lockdown?
No, this was a few weeks ago. It was Halloween.
Wasn't it lockdown during Halloween?
Lockdown only started last week. Last
I
Thursday.
don't know. It's all rolling into one, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, lockdown was last Thursday. Halloween was 2 weeks ago, nearly.
All right, mate.
Someone set
It made
fireworks
you
off.
the Lord Chief Justice of knowing dates.
We've had a few electricians talking about lockdown actually and the effect on their business. I don't know if any of you lot have seen any of that. We've had a few where customers have cancelled, mainly domestic jobs, because they don't want us in their houses. They can't have the mums round and grandmas and stuff. So even though you're allowed to work, they don't want to do it.
And I think, do you know what? I think it's fair enough actually, because there's a lot of bad information out there put out from the press around COVID and the dangers of it. There's also like a bit of a media hype around it, and people will get caught up in that. I'm not saying it's not dangerous or whatever. I don't really know enough about it, but what I do know is I really don't like the way the media hype it. What I will say is, Fat Sam's Grand Slam that broke the internet was actually not meant to be that. It was meant to be spending a day on site with Nick, spending a day on site with a few other influencers, and just, you know, doing it that way. But because of lockdown, the guys had phoned me up and said, "Listen, because of lockdown, we're not getting the permissions we was before to have people around the house." Are you finding that, Nick?
No, not at all, not once. Last time, yeah, I mean, I had 2 months off, but even then, when I was coming back into it, people were very hesitant. But now, around my area, people do not care at all. And I'm saying we go in with a mask, with the gloves on, all that sort of stuff. And then they're like, "Oh, as soon as we walk in, don't bother with that." I did a quote on the way in earlier, mask on and gloves on, left Adam in the van, so I had to park a bit dodgy. And I walked in. He says, "Well, why are you wearing that?" Anyway, I ended up walking around with it on, but the problem is trying to talk to people, especially elderly people, and you all that all the time. They can't understand you. But no, I've not had an issue, because recently, like with the job you came to, the job I've been on all this week, and at the end of this week, the 3 rewires, it's all empty properties, so I haven't really got an issue. I might find it when I'm starting doing it, but the thing is, all the ICRs I do are all empty properties as well, so luckily I'm all right for the next couple of weeks. So.
What about you, Mark? Have you had much, like obviously your commercial stuff's still going on, isn't it? And that's the bulk of your work, isn't it?
Yeah, it tends to be. So there's been a few domestic jobs. We was doing some work actually for a policeman, and he had to isolate because of a COVID thing at his work. And then I had my COVID scare, so that all got delayed, partly because of that. Not so much that he didn't want us in there.
Are you genuinely worried about it?
For myself, no.
Yeah. No,
not at all. I mean, I don't know if that's stupid. That's just me. No, don't bother me, to be honest. If I catch it, it's going to happen, isn't it? So I'd be more upset with the thought of giving it to other people than having it myself.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What are you saying, Amy? What has it affected you this week at all?
No, not at all. I've not had anybody cancel or anything. I've been going in, people's houses. I'm the same. I'll always have a mask or put a mask on, and most people say, "Oh, don't worry about it." And I don't think I've been to a single house where they bothered with a mask.
No, yeah, people don't tend to bother. I went and priced a job round the corner, just a private job that I've been asked to do. A real nice little one for a nice old couple. It's just changing over lights and stuff like that, finding a little fault here and there, just tidying up the electrics a bit. Cushy type of job I love, not too involved, not taking up floorboards and all that. I'm not trying to do that. And I just simply said to him,
Sorry, I was just going, hubba, hubba. That's what you'd be doing 45 seconds in their door. Oh, sorry, I just need to go on the phone for a second.
You're not wrong. It actually went off whilst I was talking to him. But yeah, I just asked him simply, would you like me to wear a mask? And they was like, oh, if you wouldn't mind, because they're quite old. But yeah, they didn't put a mask on. I was like, cheeky bastards. What about me? I'm fat. That puts me in the high risk category.
Right.
Let's hope they don't watch you on YouTube.
Shit, yeah, it's true. All right, we'll edit that bit out. No, we won't. But what else is new? Anybody got anything they want to add?
I was going to mention about Skullmore. I don't know if you saw that Darren put a post on Twitter today about their new training they're doing for their products and some industry stuff as well. That looked pretty interesting. So I was trying to see how you can actually register for that, and I think where they'd got to was you had to email in to Skullmore to get on the list for when they start these webinar sessions.
I'm just having a quick look now. Skullmore training.
It was on Twitter, the post.
Thank you for all who watched our live training event this evening. Oh, they had one on last night. This evening, sorry, 3 minutes ago this was. Oh, right. Zoom training with David Robbins.
I know the video that broke the internet was sponsored by Skullmore. And the relationship I've built up with them over the last couple of weeks, because it was a last-minute sponsor to get the money together to be able to pay for the show. But I've been doing a bit of research on them, finding out who they are, who's sponsoring me and stuff like that. Speaking with Darren, speaking with like a few people there, they seem like a real good company from what I can tell. And certainly having Darren on side really adds a bit of credibility to their training as well. So I'll probably check that out. I'm really trying to up my knowledge over the next. I've got a plan. I've set out a plan over the next year. So to get these little qualifications in place, I've got to get me 18th. I haven't done it. That's naughty.
Not got it?
No.
You haven't got the 17th.
Well, I qualified during the 17th, so relax, Mark.
Did you? So did I.
Well, all right, relax. 18th's only been out like a year.
Yeah, I qualified the year the 17th came out, I think. Was it? What year did the 17th come out, Mark? Was it 08, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, so no, I left school in 08, so it would have been 2010 I took it.
Yeah, so
one.
So I've got that booked. That's booked and ready to go. I've got my triple STS booked, which I know is not really an electrical qualification, but it will add value to my employability. So, you know me, guys. I'm not trying to do a lot of work. Supervisors aren't trying to do a lot of work. They're good at telling other people how to do the work, but don't want to do it themselves. I feel like I would excel in that role.
Yeah. Do you get more phones?
Right. Sell. And then, yeah, that'll be me. That will be me. And then I've also booked. Well, I haven't booked it, but I'm just looking at training providers local. It's doing my 2391. It's about time I've done that. Got that under my belt. Nick, have you done that?
2391 did it at college.
Oh, right, you're right. Mark wrote the course. I know Amy ain't done it because she ain't done her MVQ, so relax.
Tell you what.
What? She's our apprentice. She's our apprentice correspondent.
She's not our apprentice. She's not an apprentice.
2.5 years in. I watched the video. Did you not watch it yourself, Sam?
Yeah, listen.
Do you know how many times I've watched that video? watched that video. So like, please don't be bad. Please don't ruin me like they did on Nick's video. I've got ruined on Nick's video.
Yeah, Alan, Mark, did you see the comments about Onion Face on my video?
I did see a few of them. There was some kind ones as well.
There were some kind ones, but the thing is, Sam hasn't seen the ones that have gone straight into the potentially inappropriate folder on YouTube.
Serious? Please, really? I need to see them.
I delete them.
Are they bad?
They weren't nice.
I'm really sad. Arseholes.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? I kind of put myself out there for it. I let people
thing is, though, like
in the face and stuff.
The thing is, though, we all know you and we know what you like. Same as me. When I first started doing YouTube, I had to be this picture perfect person and not even speak normally. It was just trying to give people what they want, and then slowly over time, I've sort of my personality and confidence has come out through it, and people can go, "Oh, when I make a joke now, people know it's a joke," rather than before it sounded like I was an arsehole. It's the same with you. We all know you and the way you speak, which is fine. But on my channel, no one knows who you are. He comes on loudmouth instantly. Everyone's like, "This guy's a dickhead." It's like, well, he's not. Keep doing it. And that's as simple as all it is.
Pretty much got his number, didn't they? Really, to be fair, with the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. Listen,
There's one of them. Who's this sweaty, chubby man with the stupid yellow drill? I got him. Chubby came up quite a lot, and then there's some nasty words that got filtered out, but I deleted them. So
It wasn't Neil Bridgman, was it?
Probably. Tell me another one, because I find it quite funny. And then a little bit of me dies.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
do you really find it funny? Because sometimes I find that, like, I get criticism or negative comments and that, and I delete some of them or I leave them. But sometimes I find it funny. Sometimes I'm like, oh, there's no need for that.
Yeah,
Like, I don't get people on the internet that just want to write crap about people or be negative or, like, constantly. It just does my head in. So I find it's the same people.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. There's no set of words that someone can say that bothers me that much. Like, honestly, it's not like...
Sounds like a challenge to me.
No, right. Everyone just comment below the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, listen, do it, because actually, you know, oh, you're a fat C. All right, well, I'm both of them things, so yeah, that's true. What else? You got titties because you're fat. Yeah, true. You're handsome. I know. Whatever. I get this shit all the time, so it doesn't bother me.
But the thing is, this is the same as Amy. I most of the time I leave them. But if if YouTube filters them out, if there's a swear word, racism, or something else in there, YouTube filters it out, and I've got to accept it. And I leave them sit there. And I mean, I screenshot a few and put it on a video before about me and Adam each other off in the back of the van after work and all this sort of stuff. It's like, it was funny to the point when you start getting, there's about 10 of them there, and like you look at them and you think. And then you look at them some more, and then it just looks like you're just actually a dickhead. And I end up deleting them because there's just no point in them being there.
There'll be a certain type of person, you know. I kind of see it as a two-way street, right? I put myself out there as doing this video thing, same as you do, Amy. Mark to a lesser extent, but still, we put ourselves out there. Now, I don't put myself out there and think only good things are going to come back. I did on my very first videos. Do you remember my very first Unilight videos where I was like reviewing them? They were so bad, but I was like, why haven't I got 1,000 views already? What is going on here? I was so shocked, but like I quite quickly understood. There's a two-way street. You put out what you put out, and you have to live or die by it. And there's going to be rough comments, and there's going to be good comments, and people will like it, and people won't like it. There is nothing listen. Even the best podcaster in the world, best YouTuber in the world, still gets like murderous
Negative comments. Yeah, trolling constantly for no reason. But most of the time, this is what you get with the negative comments. You start fighting back, or you bite back. That's all they want. They want an argument. They want the comments from you and all this sort of stuff. So ignore them and delete them, and that's it.
Let me have a look at. Let's just read out one, because I find
it's really sad though. You know, like on Instagram, there's an account the other day. Another female spark. some Sparkette. She put a question on. Did you see it about who do you not put photos on of your work because you're worried about it getting criticised? And I think it was something like 59% of people said yeah. And that's just, I think it's really sad because you start your own Instagram to put your pictures on, things that you're proud of or that you like or something new that you've done, whatever stage in your career you're at, however experienced you are. And just people just writing so much negative stuff. It's really sort of, it depends what type of person you are, but it can really like knock your confidence, can't it?
Yeah, they find the negative positive every time.
Yeah.
I don't put my work up because it's not that good. So I just,
because there isn't any.
And there's none. Yeah, true.
Here's a picture of my work. That's Sam. A picture of an Instagram of him on the phone all the time.
It's so rude.
That's a really good point Amy's made there, though, about the comments you get. And like you say, why would people go to that trouble? Often the people who make them don't post any pictures or do anything of their own work. And I've got to say, all of you three people here inspired me to start putting pictures of my work on social media, because I didn't do it. I didn't share anything until I really started Apprentice 1-to-1, and I would never have commented on anybody else's stuff badly, and I'd give positive comments and stuff. But I thought, you know, go ahead and do it yourself. So that's what I'm trying to do. Boring old me, putting pictures and videos on the stuff that I'm doing, and see if anyone wants to take a shot at it. And likewise, when people are giving those negative comments, and you are on social media, you know, it's reflecting back onto your business. People can make you look in a bad light to your customers. So the fact they're doing that, you know, you've got cause for defamation of character if it's not accurate. So even on LinkedIn, I don't know if I know Sam's on LinkedIn. I get it on there from people who are trying to tell me that I'm just trying to become industry famous, or are my posts about them in a certain way. I had that over the weekend. Someone messaged me privately and said they'd been sent screenshots of something I'd posted and was that actually about them. When it wasn't at all. It's like the arrogance of some people that they think that you've only got time to sit and write about them when you're just trying to tell your own story and get your own message out there of your work. So, you know,
I think LinkedIn and that, I know exactly what you're talking about, and I think it's its own little network of nonsense going on there. But with social media and the social media experiences, like Amy's got a horror story.
Yeah.
But we'll cover that another day, because like she's just got out the other side, and honestly, don't want to drag it up there.
No.
But one day we will cover that. Like one day in the future, we'll cover that, and mate, it will blow your mind. Nick knows it. Mark, I'm not sure if you know it all, but mate, it's unbelievable. And it's kind of...
She had to watch Sam take a poo in a plastic bag in the back of his truck. It was awful. Scarred.
People pay for that.
People pay for that.
You should have got it on OnlyFans, Sam. You could have got some money out of that.
I'm thinking of starting up an OnlyFans. See if I could. So it's £199 a month. And it's called Fat Sam's OnlyFans. Come on.
I've got a little thing. Sorry, hang on. No.
Yes,
I came out wrong. I put a thing on Instagram and YouTube the other day about starting. People keep asking me to buy merch. Didn't think that was a thing, to be honest. I think it was like only top YouTubers. And I kept getting asked, and I was like, no, why would I sell people a top that says Nick Bundy on it? Like, I don't get it. Anyway, I sort of come around to the idea. So I fixed up a logo, and I bought loads of different sizes and makes t-shirts, black t-shirts from whatever shop it was. They all got turned up today. So my kids were playing. I've got some flat peaks to do and all sorts of stuff. They were wearing them. They were like, what's all this for? I said, the eldest knows, we bought him merch before off other YouTubers, like kids in America. A guy that rides a scooter who's got 65 million subscribers and gets paid millions of pounds a year. Anyway, Tanner Fox, that's it, Tanner Fox. So we bought him some stuff, and he was like, all right. I said, we've got a logo. And they all went, oh, can I make you one? So this is, sorry, my fingernails are dirty, I'm not going to show it. I really like it. Stay sparky. So
nice.
You know,
I like it.
I like the phrase "stay sparky." I don't know why. And then my youngest lad made Nick Bundy, and for some reason he put "best boy."
Nice. Kid,
Listen,
kids are
that's
so
it.
cool.
That is it.
And
Best
then,
boy.
and then we've got Nick and Snickers mixed together.
Mate, best boy is killing it.
That's got to be it. Best boy.
That's
Question,
got to be on merch
why
line.
is
Best
your
boy
dad
merch
best
line.
boy? Yeah, he said, why is your dad best boy? He goes, because you are.
Kids are
Oh,
so
come on.
Oh,
nice.
have some money. Have some money. Go away.
Yeah. You want.
Yeah, it was cool. But no, I've got stuff sorted. I've got a logo and t-shirts being printed, and then I'm going to print them on all the different t-shirts, wear them all, wash them all to make sure the right one's the best one. Because obviously I want to wear it on the channel, and I don't want to sell it to people if it's going to be shit after 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And 3 washes. So
Yeah, I find that I'm yet to find a t-shirt company that makes a decent t-shirt that lasts.
I found one, and I've not bought it. You know the Hager Gang t-shirts.
Yes, they're
By
really
far, those t-shirts are amazing. I have
Who makes
boiled them. I can't remember. Amy's got one, hasn't you? It's got like an
Yeah.
eagle on the label. I can't remember what it is now.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Brilliant t-shirts.
Where I'm fat and got a big gut. Well, it's not that big, but you know, big enough. T-shirts seem to rise up a lot easier. So if I put my arms up, they come up. Now, I was buying like just black T-shirts from Primark just for work, and one wash, they're like a belly top, and walking around like a I don't know, some sort of fat prostitute walking around, but. Hello, boys. Belly out. But no, I looked awful. So yeah, I stopped buying them. I found that the best cheap t-shirts to buy are from Sainsbury's. Top tip
Oh,
for the fatties out there. Sainsbury's
my logo.
It's not going to be as good as one I made you, is it?
Your one was shit.
Oh, shut up, bruv.
This is going to be on black t-shirts. What do you think? Oh, hang on.
Apex King, nice.
Disappointed. It should say best boy.
Say that on the
Best
back.
boy, could you imagine? And then my other house, I need to put get amongst it on the peaks on there. And I had someone on Instagram message me and sent me a picture of, well, an outline of boobs. And he said, this is what your t-shirt should say, get amongst tits.
That feels...
That's pretty good, that, is it?
Yeah, it is, mate. It is. Right, well, listen, it's been a nice chat, guys, but it's time to finish, I think.
It's quick.
Well,
Time flies when you're having fun or listening to Sam waffle.
or listen to Sam's poo stories. We've really got to
Mate.
not do this.
Mate, I want you to make that a clip, and I'm just gonna like make it 65 times, make it 2 hours long, just put it on my channel. Just everyone. This is Fat Sam's Grand Slam pooing time.
Yeah, but I don't want to be known as the poo guy.
Oh, you already
It's
are.
too late now.
You're the poo girl. You keep bringing it up all the time. You're obsessed with poo.
It is funny though, isn't it?
Yeah,
When
very.
someone's got a good story, it is funny.
Oh, mate, I've got more than one story.
I grew up with all my family are boys apart from me. Like I've got brothers and all my cousins and nephews.
Show
who
us your
are boys,
hands
and
and
they
tell
talk
us
about poo.
Show us your hands
Oh.
and tell us you're not a boy.
No,
Don't do this to her. Oh,
Oh, look, they look like Mark's hands.
you're so honestly they're like little shovels.
have you seen
They're
the TikToker that has the tiny hands that she puts in her tops like this, and they're like little. That's your hands above the sofa. It's like, ooh.
They're like really small, like my palm's small, but my fingers are honestly like a pack of sausages. That's horrendous. I know. I'm not in
Listen,
denial about how bad my hands are.
Oh, Jesus. Right, listen, before we descend into more ridiculousness,
Yeah.
it's been fun. EGTE Monday Club is done. Laters.
Hello. What's this? Sam. Oh, look, I'm cool.